Hey, good morning. I'm Farmer Lee Jones from the Chef's Garden. We don't normally film from in here. We're in the packing room. This is where food safety gets its most critical analysis, but we also do the sizing, sorting, and washing, really taking part of the labor out for the chefs and for you at home. Comes out of the field, gets washed, cleaned, sorted, inspected, and out the door, and directly to you. No middleman. It's pretty cool. I want to talk a little bit about a really cool winter product, celery root. One of my favorites. I know you hear me say it's one of my favorites all the time. It depends on the season. Celery root, celeriac, knob celery. It's not your grandma's celery that goes in the juicer or goes in the salad dressing. Botanically similar. They're in the same family, but it's an entirely different plant. These things are weird, they're knobby, they're goofy looking, but I'm telling you, they're delicious. Specifically grown for the root of the celery. It takes all season. We're just now harvesting them, and they'll go into the root cellar, and we'll sell out of them until spring. Celery root, chefs-garden.com. We're gonna ship it from the farm to your door. Let's take this celery root over to Jamie and see what kind of magic he can come up with.
Celery roots. Man, where do I start? Celery root is a unbelievably versatile ingredient for us in the kitchen. Fried, pickled, pureed, puffed, grilled, charred, seared, frozen, ice creams are great. Today, we're gonna look at a few different things. So specifically, we're gonna make a soup. We'll blend this into a, uncaramelized soup. We'll take, some diced celery root and we'll burn it in the pan. Just get a lot of heat on it. No fat added, just, high heat. Diced celery root. We're also going to take some, we'll put it on the turning slicer and sheet it out into a really long, flat, wide ribbon that we roll back up, slice into rounds, sear gently, and that'll just drape over a salad of any kind, which we'll talk about. And then finishing finally with the little delicate blossoms of the celery plant and micro celery from the farm. We'll just keep it simple, versatile, flexible, and then you can, hopefully build on this, but just showing a few different approaches to celery root. So for the diced celery, we'll just throw this into a screaming hot pan, no fat added, just, hot. Let it rock. It'll burn, hopefully, nicely and evenly. While that's burning, we'll get into these. So these are pretty versatile. We like to make them. That's a nice thing to give someone. You take a piece of this and you sear it. I mean, you look at that. You can shape them kind of how you want. It's, magic. For today, we're just gonna take this guy. We get these turning slicers from JB Prince. And it's a great tool for vegetables in general. Obviously potatoes, cucumbers, radishes, things like that. But celery root, it's pretty nice. Send these over, that's good. We'll just do a gentle sear, nice and slow. We want it to cook throughout, and it'll start to bubble through the, layers of celery. It'll bubble through the center. We'll flip it over, we'll repeat, and that's gonna be kind of the base of this dish. Once these are effectively burned, then we'll add a little bit of oil or butter, etc. You don't want to hammer that. You really don't want to burn oil. We'll season these in this mix. I mean, it could be crab, could be some beef. All right, this guy's done. What I kind of picture here is just almost like a dome. You see that? And it's fully cooked, hot, screaming hot. We'll fill it with the charred celery root that we just did, kind of roughly get a good idea of, how much that'll hold. Now we have this lovely piece of hot celery root, filled with diced celery root. So we'll just take a little bit of that melted butter, just, maybe one spoonful, take it over the top. Nap it, just get a nice little coat of butter there. We'll then come in with our celery leaves and celery bloom and pack just a nice little assortment here around. We'll keep them dry. Maybe we'll take that stem a little shorter. could pre-assemble these, obviously. We could, flash them, warm, etc. We'll take some of those blooms. We'll kind of do the same thing. And the celery blossoms are really nice. We don't really offer them at the farm, but we've got some always out there in the fields, just a little bit, and they're great. It's like the pre-celery seed spice. It's got a green finish, but man, they're really pungent. We're gonna finish this with just a really nice light celery soup. And the celery root soup, again, the celery's just got so much like cellulose and stuff like that. It just makes a really great texture when blended into things. It's pretty neutral, but I think here, just on its own, without really a whole lot of browning or caramelization, you just center that a little bit. Boop. Boop. And celery root soup with a vessel of shaved celery root filled with burnt celery root, could be anything, finished with celery bloom and micro celery leaf. Yeah, is it a soup dish or is it a pasta course? Right.